Hi YouTube, it's Kathy, and I'm here today to announce the 11th round of the Queer Lit Readathon. If this is your first time hearing about this readathon, welcome. If you've been here for a while, you know that the Queer Lit Readathon is a readathon that I host twice a year with my friend Rogan. This is our 11th round, which means that this is our 6th year of doing this. And of course, the point of this readathon is to read queer books. Usually these rounds are a week long in June and December, and then we have some weekend rounds in March and September. However, because so many people have asked us to do so, we've decided that the June round of the Queer Lit Readathon this year is just the entire month. That means that this event is taking place from June 1st to June 30th. I've already mentioned my lovely co-host Rogan, who co-hosts every single round with me, but every round we also like to have a guest host, and our guest host for this round is Rachel from Reads with Rachel. She has a fantastic channel. Every time she drops a video, I swear I just stop what I'm doing and watch that video because she just goes so in depth with how she reviews books, and I just really admire her work. So if you haven't checked her out yet, please do so. Everything that I mentioned in this video will be linked down below for you. Now I am of course going to get into the lovely bingo board that Rogan has put together for this round. However, there's a few housekeeping things that I should probably get out of the way first, and then we'll go into that in a lot of detail. As always, you can find us over at Twitter and Instagram at queer_lit, and the official hashtag has always been hashtag QueerLitRead. All of the hosts are going to try to post our personal TBRs on May 18th, so look out for that. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on if you want to see that. I also love seeing people's TBR videos, so if you could tag me in the description of your videos when you post them so I can see them, that would be fantastic. On the subject of any TBR videos or wrap-up videos or reading vlogs for this readathon, I just wanted to mention that it would be very much appreciated if you captioned your videos. If you've been to Rogan's channel before, you would know that he is deaf, and if you don't caption your videos, he will not be able to enjoy them. In fact, a lot of people in the community cannot enjoy your videos if they're not closed captions. So if you have the ability to do so, I would highly appreciate you caption your videos. There are a few questions we always get, so I'm just going to answer them right off the bat. This readathon starts at midnight on the 1st in your time zone. We are not going to police your time zones. If you want to pretend you're in a different time zone, you go right ahead. I'm currently 10 time zones away from the time zone I'm going to be in when I do this readathon. When it comes to the bingo board, you do not need to make a bingo, but you definitely can. The board is there because some people like to have prompts, like to have a way to build their TBR, and I personally always try to black out the bingo board, and I feel like that's going to be a little bit easier now that it's a month-long event. So although some people like to make a line or make an X or make some other pattern on the board, you don't have to use the board whatsoever. We just want you to read queer books. Additionally, the same book can count for multiple challenges. In fact, we recommend that people do that for their own sanity, and it's kind of fun to see if you can find a book that covers 6 or 7 or 8 prompts. If you can't think of a book that covers a specific prompt, check out all of the resources that I have down below. I have linked so many videos where I have different recommendations, as well as the Queer Lit Readathon recommendations master list. So everything we've ever recommended during the Queer Lit Readathon is in that spreadsheet. All of the relevant information can also be found on Rogan's website. I've also set up a Storygraph challenge specifically for this round. And we also have a Goodreads group and a Discord server. Okay, I think I've covered everything. If I haven't, be sure to check out the videos put out by my co-hosts, because if I've forgotten something, they've probably remembered it. Or if you have any questions, be sure to ask me down below. Now, once again, let's take another look at that beautiful bingo board. I love that we've kept this format for all of our rounds because I just think the bingo board is just so stunning, and it's just such a fun thing to do for the people that do want prompts. Speaking of, let's go through these prompts. The first one is a banned book, and you will have a lot to choose from because there are a lot of books, especially queer ones, that have been banned in various places. The second prompt is one that we do every single round, but it is always optional, and that's group read. This round we've decided to have 2 books for the group read, which means that you can read either one of them to tick off this square. And we do this in the hopes that this is as accessible as possible for as many people as possible. The 2 books that we've chosen to highlight are 2 that I've already actually read, but I actually kind of want to read again, so I'm really glad that they're on here. The first one is All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson, and the second one is Finna by Nino. Cipri. All Boys Aren't Blue is a memoir, and Finna is about these characters who work in a store that is kind of like IKEA, but definitely not IKEA, and they find out that occasionally portals open up in their stores and they have to solve this problem. The third prompt is to read a book with trans joy. There is so much out there right now with so many people trying to strip away the rights of people who are trans, and we just want to showcase books that have trans joy in them at this time. Our fourth prompt is always the same, and that's choose your own category and let us know what you chose in your TBR. Obviously, having 16 prompts means that we cover a wide variety of topics. However, we're not going to be able to cover everything with those topics, so we always love to see what people have picked. Our fifth prompt is M-Spec, so anything under that umbrella, which stands for multi-attraction spectrum, so bi, pan, omni, any character that fits under that umbrella. Our sixth prompt is history, so this could be historical fiction, this could be non-fiction, it's totally up to you. Our seventh prompt is a host recommendation. Like I said, I have tons of resources down below, including the master spreadsheet of everything that's ever been recommended, so you have lots to choose from. Not to mention I'm really far behind on filming and posting more A to Z of Queer Lit recommendations videos, so maybe I'll do some more of those during June. Our eighth prompt is Memoir, which is pretty self-explanatory. If it's accessible to you, I highly suggest listening to the audiobook of a narrator reading their own book, because that is always such a special listening experience. However, we always try to make it so that anybody could black out the bingo board if they really wanted to. So we didn't want to make a prompt that certain people couldn't actually do. So we've just settled this down to Memoir with the recommendation for you to listen to an audiobook read by the author if that's accessible to you. Our ninth prompt is crime, and I really like this one because this one could go a ton of different ways. Again, you could go the nonfiction route, but I also feel like you could go into many other different genres with this prompt. The 10th prompt is to read a book by a non-binary author or featuring a non-binary main character. The 11th prompt is intersectional, so queer and a person of color, or queer and disabled, or queer and disabled and a person of color, or queer and any other marginalized identity. Our 12th prompt is also another one that I'm really excited to see what people pick for it, and that's folklore. So the thing that immediately springs to mind for me is a fairy tale retelling, but I'm sure there's tons of other different interpretations of this prompt. Prompt number 13 is continued, so either continue a series or continue reading by an author or continue studying a specific subject. It's totally up to you. Prompt number 14 is short stories, so either read a short story or read an entire short story collection. Again, totally up to you. Prompt 15 is to read a sapphic book, and prompt 16 is to read a book with queer friends. So there you have it. Those are the challenges. I think I've covered all of the other little questions that people usually have. However, if I have not done that, please let me know your questions down below. Also be sure to check out Rogan's channel. His video will not be up on the day that I'm posting this because he is traveling and he's let us know ahead of time that that's not what's going to happen, but it should be up soon. And of course, be sure to check out Rachel's channel as well. Which of these prompts is your favorite? Let me know about it down in the comments below. On the way down to the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. If you don't feel like leaving a comment, but want to make sure that I know you were here, just leave me an emoji or a smiley face if you happen to be on your keyboard. Some people have asked if this way to financially support this channel, so I set up a Ko-fi account, which is a digital tipping service. The link for that, as always, is down below. You can like and share this as you see fit, and please do, because YouTube doesn't really like to share videos with queer in the title, but I refuse to not put queer in the title, so here we are. And I will see you very soon. Bye!